Hello and welcome to Crime Stories Vault. Today, we're delving into the chilling tale of history's first recorded serial killer, Liu Pengli. Join me as we uncover the dark and twisted story of a prince-turned-predator whose reign of terror claimed over 100 lives. This is the shocking story of the Bloodthirsty Prince of China. Let's begin. The rise of a monster. Imagine you're in ancient China, the vast and powerful Han Dynasty. The year is 144 BCE, and the empire is thriving under the rule of Emperor Jing. In the bustling city of Chang'an, among the grandeur of palaces and the serenity of temples, a dark secret is brewing. Liu Pengli, a prince by birth and nephew to Emperor Jing, was born into privilege and power. From a young age, Liu Pengli was known for his cruelty and insatiable desire for control. Despite his noble status, he found pleasure in the suffering of others, a trait that would soon escalate into a reign of terror. Imagine sitting in your luxurious palace, surrounded by wealth and power, yet feeling an insatiable void. The whispers of servants, the obsequious flattery of courtiers, none of it satisfies the dark hunger within you. The gods speak to you in dreams, telling you that the world is yours to take, that power is not just to be held, but to be wielded mercilessly. The descent into madness. Liu Pengli's descent into madness began with small acts of violence. He would torture animals, delighting in their pain. His servants and courtiers turned a blind eye, fearful of his wrath. As he grew older, his thirst for blood became more insatiable. He started attacking peasants and travelers, often under the cover of darkness. Imagine the thrill of the hunt, the power you feel as you stalk your prey through the shadows. The terrified cries of the innocent fuel your desire, each kill a step closer to the godlike power you crave. You justify your actions as a divine right, a manifestation of your superiority over the weak. Liu Pengli gathered a group of loyal followers who shared his sadistic tendencies. Together, they roamed the countryside, killing for sport and seizing the possessions of their victims. The prince's dark reputation spread, but fear kept the villagers silent. No one dared to speak out against the powerful Liu Pengli. The bloodbath, the true extent of Liu Pengli's brutality, became evident over the years. He was responsible for the deaths of over 100 people, each murder more gruesome than the last. The prince would often mutilate the bodies, leaving them as warnings to others. His followers reveled in the carnage, believing they were untouchable under Liu Pengli's protection. Imagine the fear that grips the villagers, the whispered tales of a monster in noble robes. The once vibrant countryside now cloaked in a shroud of dread. The fields and roads stained with the blood of innocents, each death a testament to your unquenchable thirst for power. You are no longer just a prince. You are a god of death, feared and worshipped in equal measure. The turning point, Liu Pengli's reign of terror, continued unchecked until the son of one of his victims gathered the courage to seek justice. This young man traveled to Chang'an and presented his case to Emperor Jing. The emperor, horrified by the revelations, could not ignore the monstrous actions of his nephew. The emperor faced a dilemma. To execute Liu Pengli would bring dishonor to the royal family, but to let him go unpunished would further endanger the people. Emperor Jing made a decision that would resonate through history. Liu Pengli was stripped of his titles and property and banished to a distant region. Imagine the moment of reckoning, standing before the emperor, your fate hanging in the balance. The once adoring court now filled with accusatory eyes. Stripped of your titles, your possessions, your very identity. The realization that you are no longer a prince, but a pariah, exiled and shamed. The rage that burns within you, a fire stoked by the betrayal of those you once called family. The Aftermath of Exile. Liu Pengli's banishment did not quell his bloodlust. Stripped of his power and wealth, he was consumed by a need for revenge and a desire to reclaim his lost glory. He wandered the remote regions of the empire, a fallen prince turned vagabond. his mind unraveling further into madness. Imagine the isolation of exile, the constant reminder of your fall from grace. The voices of the gods, once guiding you to greatness, now taunting you with visions of your lost empire. The faces of your victims haunt your dreams, their screams echoing in your mind. Your only solace is the hunt, the thrill of the kill, a fleeting reminder of the power you once wielded. In his exile, Liu Pengli continued to kill, but his actions were now those of a desperate man, rather than a powerful prince. His followers deserted him, unwilling to share his fate. The once feared Liu Pengli became a shadow of his former self, a spectre wandering the outskirts of civilization. The psychological depths. Liu Pengli's story is not just one of physical brutality, but of profound psychological torment. His need to kill was driven by a complex interplay of power, fear, and a distorted sense of divine purpose. He saw himself as an instrument of the gods, his actions justified by a higher calling. The removal of his titles and power only deepened his delusion, pushing him further into the abyss of madness. Imagine the delusions that consume you, the belief that your actions are ordained by the gods. The voices that once guided you now mock you, their divine messages twisted into commands for bloodshed. Each kill is a sacrament, a reaffirmation of your lost divinity. The world around you fades into insignificance, replaced by the dark corridors of your mind where only death holds meaning. The end of the bloodthirsty prince, Liu Pengli's story, ends not with a dramatic capture or a final act of defiance, but with his slow, inevitable descent into obscurity. The man who once terrorized an empire became a forgotten footnote in history, his crimes overshadowed by the passage of time. His legacy, however, remains a chilling reminder of the depths of human depravity and the fragile line between power and madness. Imagine the final days of a once feared prince, now a wandering ghost in a world that no longer remembers his name. The faces of the dead haunt you, their whispers a constant reminder of your fall. You are alone, abandoned by the gods and men alike. Your only companions the memories of your crimes. The bloodthirsty prince, reduced to nothing more than a cautionary tale, a spectre of the past. The tale of Liu Pengli, the bloodthirsty prince of China, is a harrowing journey into the mind of history's first recorded serial killer. His story serves as a grim testament to the corrupting power of unchecked authority and the dark paths it can lead to. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the shadows of history. Remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more chilling tales from Crime Stories Vault. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.